Something about an old-fashioned girl that brings back the long, long ago. My heart sings the praise of her lovely ways and envies her old-fashioned flow. The modern miss I know would be glad to have the charm that my grandmother had. So you paint the town while I settle down with an old-fashioned girl that I know.
Wasn't that nice, guys? So yeah, I'm back. I'm kind of painting my nails. I'll drop a link if anyone wants to join me. Be here for an hour or so, probably. You never know what can happen with these live streams, but yeah, I'll drop that link, pin it so you guys can come in, and then if nobody comes in, I think I have a couple videos saved we could watch, or we could talk about whatever, you know. You know me, I'll prattle on. So, but I'll do my time. All right, let's pin that link. Pin. Okay, cool. Now let's see what else. Pull this up here. Ooh. What Let's see what we got here. I feel like I saved something this week. I used to save things to watch with you guys all the time. I'm so remiss. Okay, no, I guess I didn't share anything. Or I didn't save anything, I should say. Never mind. The most haunted tattoo parlor, huh? Okay, yeah, I should do roll call. Tar Baby Yoda's here. Chase in Texas. Golden Rule TV. Based Liberal. Who else? I saw Mateus Borges. Yeah. Did I miss anyone? Y'all, I love Al Boley. I love I love so many of his songs. There's something about an old-fashioned girl. Do 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 do. He had something. Do you think Gregatron's going to be here? Well, do you think, Chase, you're not required to read the chat or participate in it unless you want to? I know you've had a long day or week or life, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, we're pulling for you, Chase. You one of us. Too bad Lincoln Lewis isn't here to be friendly. Who else was in the chat today? Who was I seeing in the chat today? There was Lincoln Lewis. So it was Thormo that was talking to you. That was right. Yeah. Oh yeah, you blocked him. I remember him saying that. He was like, yes. You could tell he like felt like mixed feelings about it. Like he kind of had glee that he made you block him, but like he's also like upset about it because he's like talking about it. I wouldn't know about upsetting anybody with my blocking. It's like, how much hate can you expect one person to take? Chase can only take so much. But yeah, we got to get Lincoln Lewis over here sometime. Like, I'm hurt. Lady Lewis doesn't come to my channel. He's about to be sponsored by Gil Hibben. Gil Hibben. Isn't that like the name of the knife company that Gregatron buys from? Or like swords or something? Is that where I know that from, that name? I did hear that song. Gregatron was playing it last night. Shout out to Pinocchio's Helicopter. He's come up in the world. I'm touched that he mentioned me, I guess because Latine said to, or she requested it. Latine and Callie. Hello, Ramesh Subranayam. How you doing? No weapons, please. Just chill. I'm unlikely to pull out any weapons, guys. My word is enough of a weapon as it is. Oh, hey, I got somebody coming up. Is Tar Baby Yoda? Is this Clay? Hi, Clay. Oh no, Shaista. Okay, I know who this is. Hi.
Do you?
Yes.
It's me, Tar Baby Yoda. I'm a 40-year-old white man.
Oh my goodness. Yoda's laughing.
I'm gonna pluck the knot from your bud, from your ass. Oh,
hello to Scott Fitzpatrick, no filter in the chat. Scott and Ramesh are talking to each other. I don't know who either of them are, but I'm glad they're here.
Yeah, and I went and got some dinner, so I was gone for a
Yeah.
minute.
What'd you get?
I mean, you probably had enough of me, so I was trying to let other people come on. I
I
saw
haven't had enough of you yet.
it. Good. You gangly, goofy ass nigga. So,
Hi.
hey,
You're so close yet so far away.
I know.
Oh.
I had to take a shower. It was a long day.
Yeah, you said you were spraying today.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful today, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was hot. I lost about 2 pounds spraying those doors because we had to make like a.
Oh no, you lost 2 pounds.
I know.
From where? You poor thing.
Water.
I'll have to feed you something next time I see you.
Yeah. Well, that book I was listening, I caught most of it. Seems like you're
Oh,
mostly that woman already.
thank you.
Seems like what they were describing would be like a young what it's like in a young marriage with younger people who don't know what they want yet, or they don't realize what they want out of marriage. Wasting your money on beer, stuff like that. The man, what she was describing, I was just thinking like that's me when I was in my 20s, not now. So
Yeah, I suppose, I think that can happen too when people are, I don't know, people are so immature nowadays.
yeah,
But I think like, I don't know, that book was written in 1963. I mean, people were a bit more mature. Brandon coming on. Brandon Irish. Who's that?
heard that name.
Hi, Brandon.
What up, Jamie? What's up, Terry?
Hey,
Just paint my nails. What's up with you?
No, I saw Jamie was on here, so he was the only one that was on the same page when we were talking about how David loved the law, that he was free because he kept the law, not because he it was a license to sin. I don't know if you remember that conversation, Jamie.
oh, Clark. Yeah, I do.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it was.
So,
Oh, that's an interesting topic.
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, theologians historically in Protestantism have asked, can we say with David from Psalm 119, oh, how I love your law. I meditate on it day and night.
Yeah, that's why it's that's what I mean. There's once you're past the point of getting saved, you got that all figured out. Now there's more to go. You know what I mean? We're supposed to be soldiers of Christ, and that's where people don't understand. The battle is a war of words. It's a legal battle that we're dealing with. So I'm doing a big presentation right now on this whole angle. So as soon as I get it finished, I'll present it. But anyhow, that's where I'm looking at the Bible through a legal lens. You know what I mean? That it's a covenant, it's a contract. That's what a covenant is. So this contract happens to be sealed in blood. So it's just a really cool topic, man. I've been stumbling on to all kinds of new little pearls. You know what I mean? And I don't feel like casting them before swine.
Nice. Well, you can post it on my channel. I'll promote it. I have a lot of videos like about that subject on my channel. If you go to my playlist, it's called the Law of God playlist.
Uh-huh.
And there's a lot of stuff that you might be interested in.
What's your channel?
Jamie Russell,
Let me
CME.
just look.
We could post a link
Yeah,
here.
Yeah, there you go. That'd probably be easier.
Here for you. Well, my nails are kind of.
Yeah, if you go to the channel and then you go to my
check
playlist.
this out. Yeah, are you ready for something that I just find fascinating? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Jamie.
No, go ahead.
Well, and I've been getting a lot of flack for this, from the YouTube community on as far as, I have a different take on serpent seed doctrine. I don't know if you're familiar with serpent seed doctrine, but most idiots claim that, Satan begat Cain. And I am not, I disagree with that. I think that it was a mark on our DNA. That's why he said, the Lord said to the serpent, I'm going to sow enmity between your seed and the woman's seed. So, in seed, we're talking about DNA. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So, and then in Genesis 6, if I'm in the camp that the sons of God are the fallen angels that saw that the daughters of men were fair, came down, had sex with them. They had wives that bear children. These were the men of renown. So you know what I'm talking about, right? Sure. Okay. So anyhow, this is where I'm saying what's going on here and why there's a judgment day and why hell was created for the devil and his angels is because that's the actual rebellion. And that our sin nature comes from him taking dominion from Adam, and then I believe did violate or disgrace the wedding bed. I think Satan popped her first. You know what I mean? I hate to sound crude, but I think that he defiled Eve first because they didn't know what sex was, and then all of a sudden they're putting the fig leaves on in shame. Like I know that feeling of shame. Who here hasn't been there, done that? You know what I'm saying? Or I feel naked all of a sudden. You know what I mean? Like I want to get dressed and just bounce. So, anyways, but yeah, this is where and what happened is it created a legal loophole of property rights or fatherhood. This is why we have to be adopted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the metaphor of marriage and how God talks about his relationship with his people as a marriage, and you have the marriage supper of the Lamb, you have the bride of Christ, and the marriage supper of the Lamb. But that comes from the
So, but
theology
this
of
is
Genesis.
yeah.
Yes, yeah.
But
Sure.
this answers the question of why doesn't God just crush Satan like right now? It's because there's already been a court date that's been set for what occurred, and God's going to honor the law. That's why he can't. What's the word that I'm looking for? Boy, I'm having a little brain fart as far as what's the word? Because how God just gave dominion to Adam, right?
Mm.
And then of course now Adam breaks the covenant with God, and now and basically forms a covenant with Satan by obeying Satan. You know what I mean? Whoever you obey is who you serve. So this is where one covenant was broken, and now a covenant was made. Now has legal claim to humanity. And that's why there's a court date set, a judge day. You see what I'm saying? Is this making any sense?
I'm a
In
Seventh
put
Day Adventist, and so maybe some of the details are different, but our theology has a development about judgment. It's called the investigative judgment, and then there's, of course, we're covenant
Okay.
theologians, and so the idea that I would say that Jesus won back. He cast Satan down. In Revelation 12 would suggest that he partially has cast Satan's lost, but it's not finalized yet. It'll be finalized at the return of Jesus, which he declares himself the judge. Right? You go to Acts 19. God winked at the times of ignorance, but now requires all men everywhere to repent. And he's
Right.
appointed a day that he will judge the world by that man, Jesus Christ, whom he has appointed to judge the world. And of course, Jesus proclaims that in John 10 to the Pharisees. It is as you say, and you shall see the Son of Man coming on the clouds of heaven on the right hand of power. etc., etc.
Sure.
And then he declares himself the judge of Psalm 82 on the divine council, which goes along with what you're talking about with the sons of God being appointed over the nations or allowed over the nations when they went astray at Babel, which is an outcropping of Genesis 6, if you have that theology.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, like choose which day whom you will serve.
Yeah.
God's shown who he is through the revelation of Jesus, who will return to judge the earth, etc., etc. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So I am now puzzled. I did not know you were a 7-day Adventist. So, because I think 7-day Adventists are very close, but I mean, what's her name? Ellen White. I mean, if you guys would just ditch her, I think you'd be all right. You'd be pretty much on the right track because 7-day Adventists do believe that the King James Bible is the Word of God, right? Yep. And that, and this is another cool thing that I've been spotting in the changes in the contract that are made with all of these other Bible versions. Some really cool stuff that I've stumbled onto there. Big changes, man, in the contract. So anyhow, but this is
Oh, you
where
can come talk to me on my channel about it.
yeah,
Terry's not a hard Bible thumper, but I
you're
am.
not.
Yeah,
No, I thought you. Yeah, the first time I saw your channel, it was you were having a Bible talk. I thought.
I might have been, yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
not a big thumper. Yeah, I usually tune it out when people start thumping it. I just read it and talk about it sometimes.
Well, it's
The language is-
I've been reading the Bible for 15 years and I'm still getting blown away because we're
Mhm.
talking about infinite text. There are so many layers. It's unbelievable when you start to put together the beautiful tapestry of, these words combined with history. You know what I'm saying? With
Absolutely.
truth.
Oh, dude, I
That's
got
where
so much gems we can talk about. Like, you should just message me on my channel and we could set up a time. Like, I'm like what you're talking about. The narrative you're talking about goes along with what I believe. I mean, I don't just believe what Adventists believe, but what you're
sure.
saying is very much Adventist theology.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm saying like a lot of stuff. I agree with Seven
Yeah.
Day Adventists, but I'm just like, how could you think Ellen G. White is a prophet, dude?
Have you
There's
read her
so many,
writes?
huh?
Have you read her books?
Yeah, I've read enough of her stuff. Yes,
Because
and
yeah, if you go to people who don't like her, they say a lot of stuff that isn't true. But I don't really
well,
want to get
I
into
understand, and believe me, I truly try to hear the matter out.
that. Okay.
Especially when I've met some 7-day Adventists where I'm like, man, we're so close to being in agreement, but number one, keeping the Sabbath is not going to determine your destiny. You know what I mean? Either you're going to keep all of the law or none of it. So that ain't going to help you none. And then also a lot of her dreams and stuff have been proven to be total forgeries from uh, Finis Dake. Have you ever heard of Finis Dake?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, like, this is where I have a problem. And that's where,
That's fine.
Jesus warned sternly that, if you follow a false teacher or a false prophet, you're going to go to hell with them. So pay attention.
Sure.
I'm paraphrasing, but yeah, this is where,
Deuteronomy 18, I think Deuteronomy 13 or something.
well, and here's my other argument, though, is that
He was calling people back to obeying the law, but
but if
yeah.
you pay attention to scripture, dude,
Yeah, you
John
should
the
get it.
Baptist, yeah, I know you do. I'm just saying though that John the Baptist was the last prophet, and then
Okay.
and then and then we have now the apostles step onto the scene. This is where we have a different function. That's why as soon as you see any preacher over there calling himself, I'm the prophet Bob or whatever, it's just nonsense that you don't understand the principle of authority. You know what I mean? And this is a major legal principle. And this is where, John the Baptist, that's why Jesus even said there's no greater prophet than John the Baptist. He made a point to say that. Then now we have a new function because there's no, we don't have any prophets. Now we have apostles that establish doctrine. And of course, they do give prophecy. So there's even a higher, it even mentions that they're higher in authority apostles than prophets. So that's why when Joseph Smith and Ellen G. White and all the other prophets that come popping up, they don't understand the function's been fulfilled. Now we have a more sure word of prophecy.
Yeah, Adventists we believe that the canon, like the God breathed text, that is we think the canon is closed at the Book of Revelation. So we don't think Ellen White's writings are scriptural. We think they're authoritative. So the idea would be that the Bible is the rule of faith and the canon is closed. So that's our view. So we don't think any writings can be scriptural. We think the canon is closed.
Terry, are we boring you?
You're okay.
Oh, okay. No,
I'm listening.
Yeah.
I'm watching the chat too.
Gotcha.
Good evening.
Yeah, the chat's open, guys. You can come in.
Heretic.
Yeah, no, I that's where, I mean, again, with 7-Day Adventists, the only thing that I would, I guess hold against them is, declaring Ellen G. White as a prophet. That's the main problem there. And then, of course, the keeping of the Sabbath issue. I don't think that, it's not a requirement for salvation.
Yeah, we believe in righteousness by faith. We don't think you're saved by keeping the law.
I agree. I mean,
but we think the Sabbath is part of the law that we're supposed to keep. But we believe in righteousness and justification by faith. So we're Wesleyan Protestant.
Well, there's another scripture though that it says, don't judge your brother for keeping this day and that day and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? Because all of that's been fulfilled.
Well, if you read Romans 14, it says regarding doubtful disputations, and then he talks about which days to eat or not eat and things like that. So I would say the Sabbath wasn't a doubtful disputation. If you look at the context.
I'm in a basement.
No, not at all.
I'm not in a basement.
You look like you're in a penthouse.
Far from it.
What did you say? Did you say she looks like she's in France?
A penthouse.
Oh.
Spicy Amy's here.
Who's Spicy Amy?
Spicy Amy. Well, I think that's Sweet Amy. She's just feeling spicy tonight.
Nice.
I think. And Davy Jones is here. Shout out.
Theas need echo chambers from mommy's basement.
I'm not in a basement.
I'm in an upstairs. I'm in a second floor. So.
Mommy's upstairs.
No.
See, I used to live in Boise. I lived in Boise for a little while. And I first time I saw Jamie, I was like, damn, that dude looks familiar, man. Like
I lived in North Idaho, way up on the panhandle, but I'm actually in Portland now, Portland, Oregon.
Oh, you were up in like Coeur d'Alene?
More north. Like go
even more north than Coeur d'Alene?
Still more north than I was 10 minutes.
Like you were fucking on the Canadian border or what?
Yeah. I'm like 25. I was Bonner's Ferry.
Yeah. All right.
It's like 30 minutes north of Sandpoint, which is like 45 minutes north of Coeur d'Alene.
Yeah, no, I never made it that far north in Idaho. Farthest I made it was like Chalice.
Yeah, not that north. We get 55 inches of snow every
that. I grew up in Tahoe. I'm done with snow. That's why I fucking love Arizona. Fuck snow.
Arizona's way too hot, right, Terry?
Yeah, I miss it sometimes, but yeah, it's way too hot. I wouldn't mind being a snowbird though.
With air
Sometimes I think about
conditioning,
that.
man, it's not a problem. That's just you just need to have good AC, baby. That's it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Other than that, nothing
Even with
beats an Arizona
AC,
winter. I'll tell you that right now.
even with AC though, the middle of summer was brutal. Like, I don't know. Especially, I'd have to go into work and like I never felt good.
I never felt good.
I
Well,
never felt
it's
good. It was too
as
hot.
long as you stay out of the sun from about 12 to 3, you're
Hmm.
good. After 3 o'clock, it starts cooling down. And yeah, I mean,
Ish, but I
I'm
mean, like
acclimated to it.
in the summer, it wouldn't get. It'd be over 100 at night. Oh, where I was, so it would just be like there was never any
Oh yeah,
relief.
I've had yeah, where I'm at, we get nights that are over 100 degrees. That's why I'm saying when you
Uh,
have AC, it ain't a thing.
I
That's the
know, but
nice
It
part.
was a, how
I
hot did
just
it get
I
today,
felt like
Tori?
I was always having to be inside. I got sicker living there, honestly. I moved there thinking it would help my health, and I just got sicker because I didn't get any outside, any fresh air really, except in the winter months. It's like I was indoors more, less active.
Huh. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, as far as winter months, we get like eight. We have like 9 months of just kick-ass weather, like beautiful springtime weather every
Mhm.
day almost, and then you got your 3 months of summer, which is to me it ain't bad. I don't mind. I mean, when you're acclimated to it, because it's in colder climates you have thicker
Mhm.
blood, in hotter climates you have thinner blood. So like once your blood thins out, no problem. You get used to it.
This is so funny. Hopefully, y'all grow out of this phase and think for yourself. It's not a phase, mom.
Yeah, I mean,
Hopefully we grow out of this phase. What's the
What,
phase?
the phase of believing in God? I don't know.
Of believing that Jesus is who he claimed to be? You know what I mean? God showed up and proved he's real. You might want to reconsider your position.
I've thought about it. At
No.
40 years old, I've been studying the Bible for like 30 years, and my faith has only grown stronger from studying the Bible. And I listen to atheists all the time, and they don't impress me very much. But I mean, I get it.
No, I don't. Yeah, they're not very convincing.
Well, I mean, if you
Especially when
think
they talk like that. It's so like,
think about this though, like for example, my grandfather's generation would whoop the shit out of any fucking man of today's generation. You know what I'm saying? Without even breaking a fucking sweat. They were way tougher men, like the World War II, Vietnam, that group of men. You know what I mean? We've become way feminized uh, at this point in time. So that's why I'm saying there's we're not evolving at all. We are
No, it's
absolutely
not
we are
upward and
getting
onward.
our flesh is
whoa.
getting more and more corrupt, and we're getting more and more retarded by the minute.
Hey guys, I just ended the poll and it's 50-50.
Oh wow! So I don't.
50%
Well,
of the
that's,
chat believes that Satan, uh, I wrote bald.
whoa!
Eve before Adam got to, and then 50% said no.
I don't
Well,
think he.
if he went in and altered the DNA, now it's like with patents and shit. One little change, and now you have a new patent. So now he has a legal claim. That's why we have a
Okay,
judgment day.
I think that kind of is the case when they just listen to him and not God, and so I don't think he literally had sex with her, but because I think God actually institutes death by taking away the tree of life. He's like God takes away the tree of life, and that's what causes people to die. So I mean, you could theorize about genetic stuff, but like it seems like the text suggests that man was actually let's say intrinsically mortal, and he was relied on the provision of the tree of life, whatever that means exactly. If it's literal, that's fine. I tend to read it that way. And so we weren't intrinsically immortal. We just could continue living because we were provided the provision of the tree of life from God, which was then removed when we rebelled against God as humanity. So I think
Well, see, the fact that we were cut off, that they were cut off from access to the tree of life, kind of speaks volumes. You know what I'm saying? As far as this is turning into another legal situation here, to where they, now they've been refused access, and Jesus is the only way that that access can be restored.
sure. Yep. Absolutely.
So he, this is where, and with the shoot, what I think it's in Ezekiel, where it's kind of describing Satan as a tree. Do you know what verse? You know what I'm talking about?
Ezekiel 28.
I think it's Ezekiel 28. That's what I wanted to say too. But anyways, where it's sitting there
And Ezekiel
describing.
37 backs
Yeah.
up the legal
So check
claims
this
of
out, though.
Jeremiah 31.
This is my new little puzzle that I'm putting together. That the knowledge of good and evil is, represents Satan, which represents witchcraft. Witchcraft is actually Satan's religion, which is why God so adamantly condemns witchcraft in any way, shape, or form, pretty much. Because
it's seeking knowledge from what God forbid, from the underworld. So it's like, I would say the knowledge of good and evil. I think they had experiential knowledge by going against what God told them to do, even if it literally was just some tree with regular fruit on it. The fact that God told them not to eat it, because he says now man has become like one of us, knowing good and evil.
Mm-hmm.
I think he meant having experienced living in disharmony with him.
Well, this is my my little theory is that when they ate the fruit, it was extremely intoxicating, and like when you look up like the Hebrew root word for Satan, it talks about a hiss, and you and I both know he has like pipes and tabrets in his person, in his body, because he was the musician in heaven and everything. So this is where I'm getting this scene of like they were unknowingly entering into a covenant with Satan through this ceremony that was taking place for them to eat that when they eat the fruit. This rush of knowledge could be extremely intoxicating, and now all of a sudden, and the Bible describes Lucifer as extremely handsome. You know what I mean? He was a good
Isaiah
looking
14
dude.
and Ezekiel 28 are certainly talking about the rebel, the original rebel, I think. Some people dispute that, but let's see. Somebody said something funny. I think.
Well, beguiled, the word beguiled implies enchantment, like she was enchanted. So now we're talking about, music, or, I don't know what that gesture meant.
Oh, it was towards somebody in the chat.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
They said I was going to cry about it.
No,
right. So the word Nakash, that's translated for the snake in Genesis.
Nakash,
the shining one. The word is the root of divining, or like seeking, like what you do if you're like committing necromancy.
But the Bible makes it clear that magic and shit is real.
Right.
Like demons and the fallen angels and shit, they can actually do
magic. Like when Saul in the Witch of Endor, you could say is like seeking knowledge from a forbidden or abominational source that's an abomination.
From devils, man. It's devils every time. You're playing around with the devil every time. Yeah. Believe me, my family, a lot of the women in my family, My grandma used to have us play with this fucking Ouija board that
Oh.
she called a glass on glass board.
Hey,
And I
Brandon,
mean, yeah,
Terry used to be a witch.
that's fine.
Yeah, but what you're saying is I've thought about too. I kind of came to that realization that when they were talking about knowledge, that there was a connection to witchcraft and the occult. And that's part of what makes witchcraft a sin of the flesh, because it is seeking after knowledge, which is
well,
it's something that's only gratifying to the flesh but destructive to the spirit.
and it's people want power. Money, sex, and power, dude. That's what drives us. But that's the beauty about God is He doesn't drive you. Satan drives you. God draws you. You know what I mean? Either you're attracted and you're interested in truth, or you're really not going to care about God and you're just going to go live your life to have as much fun as you can while you're alive.
It's pride, and then that's selfish.
Yeah.
And that's gratifying oneself
The
over
lust
others.
of the eyes, the lust of the flesh, and the pride of life.
Exactly. And that's
the three ingredients of sin every time. And that's money, sex, and power.
But
That's why
the
every
law of
religion,
God is loving God and loving others first rather than yourself.
exactly.
It's service to others.
Following Jesus is death to self, while the whole world is preaching self-improvement, self-help, self-esteem, self. You know what I mean? You got to take care of yourself first. You got to love yourself. Everybody's got a dick in their ear, man.
Yeah. And so that's what I'd say to Heretic Off. It's like if a lot of Christians may not understand the teachings of Jesus, but it's like self-evident that is the problem with the world. So the Christian and Jewish worldview, like what I would say is the biblical worldview, is it's obviously correct. And the problem in the world that the Bible describes and that God is trying to fix, and God's love as portrayed in the law, portrayed in the ministry of Jesus, and reflected by those who actually follow what Jesus taught. It's just self-evident that that's right. It's good.
Well, I mean, and God's, and when you examine, God's law is called the perfect law of liberty. God wants us to be free, to be truly free, to not have to answer to anybody but Him. Like, I mean, that's fucking awesome, man. I don't think you guys understand. We hit the jackpot as far as a God is concerned. But, that's why He wants people to know Him. That's the important part in John 17, verse 3, where He says, this is life eternal, that they may know Thee, the true God.
And Jesus Christ, whom you have sent.
There's the tree of life. That's the access to the tree of life again. So anyways, but yes, I do believe that Adam and Eve were immortal before the whatever event took place in the garden. That's why that's where I think that it wasn't that Satan begat Cain. I think that he begat the whole, with what he did, he basically, there's a devil inside of all of us. You know what I mean? That's why, that In Excess song, Devil Inside, that ain't bullshitting you right there. That's why over and over again, Jesus says, you generation of vipers, you're of your father, the devil. You were, by nature, the children of wrath. So, the children of disobedience that the prince of the power of the air works in. You know what I'm saying? So I'm botching the verses a little bit because I'm paraphrasing here, but yeah, that's over. There's so many verses where Jesus is calling us, calling humans serpents. You're of your father, the devil. That's why we have this nature to sin. You know what I mean? When I was a little kid, you didn't have to teach me how to lie. I already know how to play the game pretty much right out of the womb, dude. I was young manipulating my parents and shit. So, you know what I mean? Nobody had to teach me to, be sexual or anything like that. You know what I mean? It totally came natural.
Yeah, I mean, sex is pretty good if you're
Yeah,
do it like you're supposed to. I think.
I enjoy it. You know what I mean? I'll
This is
throw
for
down.
married people.
I'll put the Spurs on, baby.
It's
But
for married people only. Married people. Okay,
I
so
agree.
you're right. So it's
That's
good for
where
that.
God gave it to us as a beautiful gift to have a deeper understanding of the love that the Lord has for His church, the bride, but in a non-sexual way, of course. But but that's what I believe. That was the purpose of why sex was only condoned under marriage, is because this was to teach a deeper level of love between a man and a woman.
That's why God uses as a metaphor to talk about the relationship He has with His people, and when they're, I call them non-memory verses, but I'm not sure what this means, Yoda. Jamie is being, that's a statement, not a question. Jamie is being a troll, sinful to the Seventh Adventists. Adventists think sin is defined by the law. I don't know why you think I'm being a troll.
No, he's asking, is it a sin to be a troll?
Oh, probably.
You
Depends
think
what you mean by a troll.
God wants us to live in
what
honor
if
and
you're
be
trolling
honorable.
for Christ?
Yeah.
Depends, I suppose. I would
Yeah,
say.
it's a sin to be a fool. It's a sin to even think a foolish thought. That's why no human being has a chance making it over the bar. That's why you need Jesus to pay that fine for you, baby, or else you ain't gonna make it to the party.
Sure.
That's it.
So regarding like is being a troll a sin, it's kind of like I wouldn't say it's kind of like, is judging somebody a sin? Some people say, well, yeah, you're not supposed to judge not, but like it says to have discernment. Well, discernment is judgment.
Well, it says we're going
So,
to judge the angels. So
right.
God wants us to judge, but judge righteous judgment. That's
So,
because
so
our
context.
Father is a judge. Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. So context. This is why it's really important when you're reading the Bible that a word doesn't always mean exactly the same thing in every place. But that doesn't mean you can make it not mean the same thing. But you have to be careful. Context determines meaning, the precise meaning of something, or at least generally. And so something like the idea of judgment. Uh, you're not supposed to judge people unrighteously or with malice or to finally judge them and say they're like, say, without hope, let's say, even though that may or may not be true. So, because discernment is judgment. So when it says don't judge lest you be judged, the context is don't judge somebody hypocritically and have the right attitude when you do show somebody their fault. So but people will say, well, you're not supposed to judge. It says do not judge. It's like, it doesn't mean that. It doesn't say that.
Yeah,
It's not
if you
saying
read it in
so,
context, it's talking about don't be a hypocrite.
right. And so
Well,
it's the same thing with being a troll, or you could say, is debate sinful? There's verses in the New Testament that say debate is sinful, and it is. But there's debate being contentious, and there's also debate can mean disagreeing with somebody and
You
making
look so
argument.
serious, Terry.
Yeah, go ahead, Terry. Sorry, babe.
Sorry.
oh, what was I gonna say? I don't remember. I got distracted by the chat a little bit. I don't know.
Why are you idolizing a troll? I don't know. What does that mean?
I don't know.
I'm not idolizing anyone right now.
So, but Jamie, you strike me as a dude that does care about truth. And that's where, that's the one thing I love about truth is that it's completely binary as far as it's either true or not true. Simple
Oh,
as
that's
that.
what I wanted to say. Do you think it's possible to tell somebody the truth about their situation without judging, though?
That's why that's what the Ten Commandments is for, is a mirror to walk somebody up to you like a spiritual mirror so that they can see themselves the way that God sees them. And then hopefully it will scare the shit out of them enough to realize I need a savior. I'm totally busted. God saw everything. He saw even
That is
every
what
little
Paul is saying with the law. He's saying it's supposed to is a schoolmaster.
to lead you.
So
That's what I'm saying.
if
That's
it's like
why,
a mirror, you see the filth, and the mirror can't clean you up. It just shows you what your problem is that you need to point to
sure.
Jesus. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what John
Yes.
Wesley said. That's what early church fathers said.
Well, that's exactly the
That's what
point
the
that
New
I'm
Testament
making
said.
too, is that until you see that you are just a filthy mess, riddled with sin, you are fucking sin with shoes, man. Until you realize that, you'll never realize that I need a
Good
savior.
song.
So that's that's what it's all about. Is you got to realize why you need a savior, so for to even be able to begin to understand the legal transaction that takes place on the cross, and why Jesus said it is finished, which is an old contractual term meaning paid in full. God is doing everything in a legal manner here. That's why it's important to understand that God is a judge. That's what he does by profession. He loves good judgment when people show mercy. That's why I love that God calls his throne the mercy seat. That's why I'm saying when you actually get to know God, you're not going to shop around anymore for, I think I'll go with Buddha, or I'll go with, Krishna, or I'll give some meditation a shot. Maybe I'll go try some yoga. You'll quit shopping around, man. You'll be at peace because because
That's
now
true.
when your worldview is founded on truth, now all of a sudden your brain starts working correctly and starts rewiring correctly. When you start studying the Bible that's pure truth, because it's impossible for God to lie, therefore you can rely on the words he's telling you with all confidence. And now, it's a scientific proven fact that when you think a new thought, the neural paths in your brain literally change and form relationships in new locations. The little tree branches, little
I learned that in
physically
drug
move.
rehab.
What was that?
I learned that in drug rehab.
But it's true. It's a fact. That's why I'm
Yeah,
saying
it's true. Yeah.
when all of a sudden you start, when you start reading the Bible and stuff and getting a hold of things, it's like your brain is functioning on a new level. You know what I mean? You're starting to understand. Uh, you know.
By the
Uh,
way, that was 15 years ago. By the way, just to be so people know.
oh, that you went to rehab.
Yeah, it was a long time
Yeah.
ago.
Nice. No, I lived in Vegas, a young salesman making a bunch of money in
Uh-oh.
fucking Vegas. So believe me, I did my damage.
Let's go, Zell. Stand and get up here. Let's go.
All right, I got a bunch of sick dogs I got to take care of.
Hi,
So
man. Peace
I
out.
wanted to pop on. I
Good to talk to you.
already subscribed to your channel and stuff, and I enjoy
Yeah,
talking
I
to
put in
you.
the private
You
chat
too,
my
Terry.
playlist that you should
Well,
watch.
later, Brandon. Have a good night.
Yeah,
Shout out
talk
to
to you
the
guys
doggy.
later.
Yeah, I heard the term papist. The chat is wild, and we got a
I am not a
heritage.
papist.
No, I think they're talking to
Yes.
Zealot Jen in the chat.
I
Oh dang,
do-
Zealot Jen hit him with the rosary, stun him for 60 seconds. That's funny.
I always find it funny when people who hate atheists, like Tar Baby Yoda, like give me crap about being nice to atheists, and then I talk about what the Bible teaches and what Jesus taught, and it's a prattle. It's like, okay, you aren't.
Everyone's a critic.
Everyone's a critic. It's like I got a lot to say about what the Bible says and what Jesus taught, and that's prattle. But if I'm nice to atheists because I want to build rapport with people because they're human beings, I guess I'm pandering to the atheists. No, it's called building rapport by loving people because they're human beings, and then hopefully showing them the good things that are taught by Jesus that are exemplify Christianity, what it means to be a Christian. That's my goal. And I don't hate atheists because they're usually the least one. They're the least ones that often they aren't telling me I'm a heretic because I didn't say the words right or something. So sorry, it's easier to talk to atheists sometimes because they're not so high strung about what they think the Bible says. They can actually have a conversation. So, forgive me for that. But, I do identify with even Christians who think I'm a heretic. I still consider them Christians, but they can be very irritating and frustrating. And sometimes atheists are more easy to talk to.
Oh, dang. Tough talk in the chat tonight. Jeez.
I'm not a pussy. You little shyster. You're a beta vagina. Not really. Come up here.
Not really.
I'm nice. Sorry. I walk softly and carry a big I walk softly and carry a big stick. You don't understand that because you have no nuance. You're a big clumsy.
I think we're supposed to get along with people as much as it's, to do with ourselves. We shouldn't be trying to make waves with people unnecessarily. We should try to be a bridge, not a wall, especially with people who don't know God. I mean, if you're, their only interaction with a Christian or their interaction with a Christian is negative, I mean, that doesn't, that leads people to, be less likely to want to have anything to do with God or Christianity at all. So I don't know. I'm going to change.
It's kind of a known fact too that when you meet somebody, your first impressions with someone actually have a huge impact on your future talking with them. And I don't think beating people up and calling them retarded right off the bat is necessarily that's gonna lock in your inability to be useful to them spiritually. Probably, usually, not always.
Oh, I decided to try to do something on some black paper. I don't know, but the pastels you got me.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Me and Terry painted a picture and I ruined it.
Oh, we did a pastel together. You didn't ruin it.
I kind of ruined it, but next time we'll do better.
Yeah. What do you want to do next time?
Probably a cityscape.
A cityscape. That'd be interesting. I've never done one.
I want to do a really big watercolor cityscape. Or the pastels will be fun. We're for sure getting married. For sure. We better be because I got her a ring. And I moved to Portland, so I hope so.
Yeah. Well, I'm down.
I'm down. So
if you're still down,
I made a commitment.
You're gonna make an even bigger one later on.
Oh yeah, big time.
You love commitment.
I'm masculine enough. Cool. Right, Terry? Right?
Yeah.
And this gangly goof is talking about finger. No, I'm not. I'm talking about pastel.
Pastels, yeah. We're doing pastels. Oil pastels.
We can finger paint too. I don't care. That's kind of fun.
I don't want to finger paint. But
that's cool.
I don't know. I mean, what kind of paint would we use to finger paint anyway?
That's like kid stuff.
Yeah, tempera paints. I don't have any. I've got a little bit of acrylic paint, but I wouldn't want to finger paint with it.
Yeah. I paint every day.
Not that I wouldn't use my fingers at times in like a drawing or a painting or something. I just kind of like, I don't know. Is Terry talking to Tar Baby Yoda? That's right. I'm talking to Tar Baby Yoda. I can't wait for you guys to experience the nightmare called parenthood I'm dealing with now.
Haha.
Oh, that's nice.
Baby's crying.
Little Erin looks like a dream, though. She don't look like no nightmare.
That's right.
You know what, Clay? You effed around and you found out. How about that?
You're the one who drank whatever. What is it? What they do? They drink like acetic acid or something.
You wanted this, you got it.
He pumped her full of lead and she received it.
Full of lead.
You being gay is cool, Tar Baby Yoda.
Hey, don't come for JLP in my chat. What the heck?
He wished he was. That's you. I'm not acting like I'm you. I thought it was funny. I was shooting ropes and now I'm changing diapers and staying up all night. That's what you get. You.
Nice.
I said be creative. Yeah, Skip Log has made many babies, I'm sure.
How
many babies you make, Skip Log?
I think he has a daughter that I know of.
What? Just one?
Yeah, I don't know.
That he knows of.
That he knows of. Shut up. God. That'd be
I'm gonna have
terrible.
7 sons with Terry. Right, Terry? 7?
What's that, babe?
You're gonna have 7 of my boys
Sure.
all at once. Oh, me,
All at once. Good God.
Terry and me we were like, I wonder what the most kids that one person's ever had. And I was like, it's probably around 30. And we looked it up, and apparently
One mother.
One mother, yeah, like most babies coming out of one person. And it's apparently well documented too that this woman had 12 sets of twins.
I don't remember the exact.
Yeah, it was 7.
She had 69 kids. She gave birth to 69 kids.
7. There was 12 sets of twins, 7 sets of triplets,
somewhere.
4 quadruplets, 4 sets of quadruplets, and then the rest were singles. 4 sets of 4, 7 sets of 3, 12 sets of twins. Do the math. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it freaked me out.
They were just
get this, and then the guy with the second wife, the father of these kids. This is the one father too. His second wife had 18 kids.
I dug out a hallway at another level.
Imagine being that guy. Like, what kind of like?
They were all girls too.
No. Oh man, all girls. Just like Chris gonna have.
That's like what happens if you take those fertility drugs. But this was back in the day, I think, right? They didn't have fertility drugs.
I think with like, well, I know with that woman Nadia Suleiman who had like the octave kids, the Octobomb lady, she did it via in vitro. It wasn't natural, but this woman had like. I can look it up again and just read to the chat about it.
Yeah, that was
because
crazy.
It is interesting.
Yeah, and they say it was like well documented, so it wasn't just BS.
Yeah, I noticed it corroborated by the local church.
Oh, with the Catholic church? Oh, that's suspect.
I think it was an Orthodox church.
Oh, even worse.
No.
Just kidding.
Most children by one woman. Okay. Okay, let's see. Most prolific mother ever. Doesn't even say her name. It just says Mrs. Vasilievna. She was married to Fyodor Vasilyev in Shuya, Russia. He was a peasant. In 27 confinements, she gave birth to 16 pairs of twins, 7 sets of triplets, and 4 sets of quadruplets. The case was reported to Moscow by the monastery of Nikolsk on 27th of February, 1782, which had recorded every birth.
16 doubles is 32 plus 7 triplets is 21. That's 53. And 4 sets of quadruplets is 16. So that's it. That's all of them right there. 69.
His second wife, okay, this is interesting. His second wife had 6 sets of twins and 2 sets of triplets. So something must have been going on with this guy if both his wife experienced multiple births. That's
an interesting study in what, because it's obvious if his second wife did too, then it must have been his sperm that caused the, well, it would seemingly be the sperm.
Oh, thank you, CJ. You think we are?
Yeah.
Besides height or hard labor, what is the manliest thing about Jamie? Besides height or hard labor, he has really massive, strong hands and muscles, like just like bulging. What else? He has manly interests. Like his music is super manly. He was playing some to me the other day, and I was just like, "Oh, this is so aggressive."
You can come to the wedding. I don't care. You can come.
Who's coming to the wedding?
It's our Baby Yoda. Yeah.
Sarah Baby Yoda wants to invite. I went. Yeah, we have to get our date freaking figured out with the church. I didn't get a email today.
What else, Terry?
Oh, you want me to pontificate about all of your manly qualities?
I
named a couple. You're very strong. You're also like logical and I don't know, just helpful as well, like in the way a man is. You just notice things that I don't notice, and you are able to make things happen that I don't even think about. I don't know, like what else? That powerful mustache. The way you brush your hair is really masculine too. Seen him comb out his hair. He does it like a total man, just like I'm like, whoa. Whereas me, I'm like, la 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 la.
Yeah, that's true, isn't it? I never thought of that one.
Punk rock is gay. Is it? I like punk rock.
I wasn't gay when I played punk rock.
I just say
Libra. Am I Libra? I forget. What am I? What am I again, Terry? Is that bad? It's like, are Libras gay, Terry? I didn't.
No. Libras are ruled by the planet Venus, though, so they tend to be kind of like
that rhymes with penis.
With Libran men, like they're natural leaders just because they're cardinal, and you definitely have that. You have natural leadership qualities, like
that's what my pastor always told me growing up.
Yeah, you're very good at you're very good at taking charge very quickly. So at just directing people and that kind of thing, like, so that's pretty typical Libran quality in general. Like Libras are just natural leaders, but they're also kind of the Venusian quality they have kind of lends grace and beauty to their selves. So like Libran men tend to have a lot more charm and grace than like other male signs. So in terms of like, I don't know, masculine, it doesn't make a guy, I don't know, gay. It just means he has some kind of refinement. I've never met a Libran guy that wasn't a gentleman, that didn't care about his reputation and character and how he conducted himself. Like they always have propriety and are able to like get along with most people. I don't know.
Yeah, I have tons of friends that were usually older, but I had lots of friends that were girls, but in a non-sexual way. But I had girlfriends too. But I get along with women and I get along with men. So and usually older. Hey.
Yeah, they make good leaders because of it, actually, because they're able to like, I don't know, deal with multiple types of people.
Yeah, so like when I was in high school, I would get promoted in my jobs to be in charge or have responsibility or
I'm not though. You think Sagittarius? Are you a Sagittarius, Baby Yoda? I do love Sagittarius, but I don't know. I've never dated one. I can't imagine. I mean, they'd be good, I guess, in some ways.
This bed here, I'm staying at a friend's house. So this is like my room, my temporary room at the moment. Terry,
I don't like them more. I have a lot of Sagittarian placements myself. I don't need more Sagittarius in my life. I need a Libra. I need a JV.
That's right.
I need my JV. Okay, guys.
Soulmates. So sorry. Oh, and by the way, somebody said punk rock needs to like practice their instruments. Dude, we practiced a lot. Like we were pretty sharp. So we were like pop punk. So not
all punk is the same either, guys. I don't know, like, why are y'all even, like, it's so funny we're talking about astrology at all. And I'm like coming back into my knowledge of the works of the flesh, not good, guys. Come on. I don't know. I kind of believe in astrology. I think there's something to it, but
Terry, I
don't be playing around with it.
That's right.
Samuel says that you were a punk monk. Look at Samuel's cool new picture. Hey, Samuel with the new avatar. Looking like Che Guevara out here.
Yeah, if you want to hear my CD, it's 20 years old, but I just put it in the chat there. You can listen to it.
I wouldn't play around with it. I don't be playing around with it, but I used to read people's charts for money, guys. Like, this is who I was. I was a dirty witch before I found Jesus. Oh, it's older than we know. Well, no, you never really understand it. This is the thing about witchcraft and like the works of the flesh like that Brandon kind of brought up and what I thought about. Like they do not satisfy your spiritual needs in any capacity. They're like a drug. And when I sought pastoral counseling, I said this to my pastor. I was like, this stuff is like a drug, you know? You take one and it's fun, it's addictive, you want to learn more, and you go down this rabbit hole, and you're all the while you're like trying to get some spiritual nourishment, but it's empty.
I like what you said when I interviewed you, when I was trying you out, you know. Just kidding. I was checking you out. I was inspecting you. No,
you were like, I didn't know when you interviewed me that you were going to be like, you were interviewing me to be your wife.
Yeah, pretty much. But she said a lot of cool stuff in that interview. So you can watch it. I think it's on her channel too. So Jamie Russell interviews Terry about going from spiritualism or occult practices to Jesus. So you should watch that. It's cool. She's saying how it is. It's like the opposite of following Jesus is the thrill you get from trying to find knowledge outside of God on your own accord.
Pause on trying you out. I know. Yeah, that was a bit like, what? Tried me out?
I was interviewing her to get to know her. So because I thought I would.
You're all like, Yeah, what do you think about this? Are we going to be compatible?
Yeah, I had all sorts of questions. People were like, what are you doing? You seem all nervous. And like, I wasn't nervous, but I was, like, you're not even interviewing her about this stuff. You're just asking her weird questions. I was like, dude, I'm trying to marry this chick.
Just having an open panel. We had another guy on. We were talking. He was Bible thumping with Jamie. They were going off. I got a little bit out of it. And then we're talking about astrology. Somebody get in here and have
Yeah,
us.
the link is pinned. Come on, guys, come in. Come in and join the conversation.
Y'all, look at this lovely ring that Jamie got me. I wonder if it'll show up well. We'll focus. It is a beautiful antique. I told him what I wanted and he got it. I am so happy. It is an Art Nouveau like style. It's very unique and elegant, and I'm just so happy with it.
Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, it's like from the late 1800s or something.
Something like that. I don't know. I don't know if
I think it was. It's the 19th century, I think it said. So
really.
I think.
Well, would it be Art Nouveau? I guess that's.
Or maybe it was early 1900s. I forget. It's old.
I think it's early 1900s.
It's like a floral.
Yeah, I'm about that. So I was like, I want something old. Like I want something that's been around, like us, like me and Jamie. Jamie and
we both we both don't have any kids, and we're both never been married.
We're both never been married and never had any kids, and he's a couple of years older than me. It's like, where were you my whole life?
Yeah, it's awesome. Now we did all our dumb. We went through our dumb stages already, so
yeah.
Come on, Mr. Mad, get in here, man. How's your eye?
Mr. Mad to come in? Yeah, how is your eye, Mr. Mad?
Show us your eye.
I know, it is pretty awesome. You thought so, Skip? He was like, yeah. Who is your favorite punk band, Jamie?
I was into like NoFX and bands like that.
Okay.
Or like the Bouncing Souls or 10-Foot Pole or.
You always play Me First and the Gimme Gimmes.
Yeah, Me First and the Gimme Gimmes, but they're like that's a cover band from NoFX and Swinging Utters and 10-Foot Pole. I like the Misfits and and I like all kinds of those kinds of bands are my favorite though.
Guess who your favorite one was though? He just asked
NoFX.
NoFX is your favorite? Okay.
Well, was my favorite. I'm not super into it anymore.
Should I answer that? What is my favorite punk band? That's really hard. Like, how do I say who's my favorite punk band? Like, what does my heart
The Descendants.
No.
Crass.
No, not Crass. I only like a little bit of Crass. They get kind of
Dio.
Preachy. No, let me think.
Old Misfits.
I think it's probably Adam and the Ants. Yeah.
I like Bad Religion. Yeah, I do like Bad Religion.
I love the Zealot's Den theme song. Did you AI that? It's so good. Did you write the lyrics? Don't call me white. Don't call me white. Wait, no.
I just played that for Terry. That's funny. I was
you played that song for me. I was like, ugh.
I know. Don't call me white. Don't call me white.
Terry only bumps Henry Rollins. Doesn't he have that good song? Like,
I like Huey Lewis.
I mean, Henry Rollins is an interesting guy. Yeah, Huey Lewis. Shout out to Huey Lewis in the chat. Watching on catch up.
I like the song "Generator" by Bad Religion. That's such a cool
I like
song.
Devo a lot too. They're going to be playing a festival here this summer. I was looking, I was on Spotify and they were like, oh, like check out, you know, shows coming to you. And I was like, I always check periodically, like, you know, who's coming to town. And then afterwards, I didn't really see anything I want to see, but the Damned and Devo are playing at this like waterfront festival. It's like the Pabst Festival or something. Pabst.
Like the beer.
PBR, not PBR. I'm not going to a PBR festival. No.
Come on. How about Hams?
No.
Hams beer. Hams.
There was another show I saw coming up, but I don't know. I thought I almost bought tickets to it, but it was a little too much. And there were only like 4 tickets left. And I was like, I don't know.
Ooh. I'll go to like I've gone to like Heart. I've seen Styx, REO Speedwagon. I even saw like who's that guy who sings Secret Agent Man? What's that guy's name? Anybody remember?
I don't know.
Secret Agent Man. I've seen Rush. I've gone to Green Day many times. I've seen Weezer. I've gone to the Vandals. I've seen NoFX. I've been to a lot of the punk festivals. I've seen Dave Matthews Band. I've gone to see let's see. I've seen The Who back in the day. I've seen Boston. I've seen Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a lot of concerts. I've been to a lot of concerts. I've seen Modest Mouse.
Have I ever got to see Modest Mouse? I don't think I have. That's pretty interesting because I was a fan of theirs when I was a teenager. I love like the Lonesome Crowded West. Oh, that album was so good. And obviously The Moon in Antarctica. Like those 2 albums were so like I played them nonstop. You'll throw yourself out of our life? Don't throw yourself out of my life, Missy Maud. You're my sister.
I'll throw myself out. Come on in here. It's open stream.
Yeah, they might be giants. They're playing like 3 nights in a row. I haven't seen them.
Seems like they played with Modest Mouse back in the day.
They might have.
Like at Bumbershoot or something.
Motorcycle Clubs playing. I've never seen them. I liked them when I was younger. I might go see them. Garbage. I don't know. I don't want to see that. Everclear, local. That might be fun. It might be fun to see them.
I think actually Everclear was the first CD I ever had.
Really? I might want to see
self-titled album, I think. Forget.
Huh?
Somebody gave it to me for like my 12th birthday.
Really?
Yeah, one of my friends. That was actually the first album I got, and I didn't even know it very much, but I was like, cool, thanks.
Korn. Not Korn.
I've never seen Korn. I wasn't into that sort of thing.
I had that one album. What was that album? Oh, Life is Freaky, maybe? I don't know.
No, something like that, yeah. The Good Life or something.
Oh, you saw Collective Soul. Oh, wow. Who have I seen?
I think I saw Kansas too.
I've seen a lot of bands too, guys.
I like the Doobie Brother concerts. Creedence Clearwater Revisited.
I know there's a couple of shows happening at the Wonder Ballroom, but it's across the river. I never go there anymore.
I would like to see the Eagles.
I don't know why. It wouldn't be that much to go up there. I should see who's playing. Wait, what's up, babe?
Oh, sorry, I interrupted. I was saying, I think I went to see Dave Matthews. That was like torture.
I kind of like Dave Matthews Band, but I don't know. Going to their concert doesn't sound very nice.
It's crazy long. They always come to like the Gorge in George in Washington, and like it's a huge venue, and you like camp there, and it's like a 3-day thing. Carpenters are good. I like Bread. I even like Bread. I like the Carpenters. I like Kansas. I like tons of classic rock a lot. I really like it. I like 38 Special. I like um, I really like Chicago, actually. I do.
Oh, right. It was the Buzzcocks.
Oh, okay.
I kind of want to go.
Let's do it.
You want to do it?
As long as you crowd surf.
No, I won't be doing that.
No, you won't.
No, I will not be. Steel Pulse is coming to town too. I'd like to see them. 50th anniversary tour.
Whoa.
Steel Pulse. I want to see Steel Pulse. It's not somebody else can come in here. Necro, I need drugs. Do.
Do you like Chicago?
No.
Why not?
We just eavesdropping. Chicago, no.
What's wrong with you?
I don't like stuff like that.
Sappy.
Who?
Yeah, obviously I wouldn't. The idea of Terry crowd surfing is about the most awful thing I can imagine.
I know. I'd be screaming so much. Can you imagine? I'd be crying and screaming and just shaking.
So you don't like Boston, obviously.
Boston, Chicago. I feel like my aunt's favorite band was Chicago or is Chicago.
You don't like what? Does anybody really know what time it is? Does anybody really care?
What? No.
As I was walking down the street one day, a pretty lady looked
Wait,
at
when are
me.
they coming to town?
Or 25 or 624. I like the James Gang. The Allman Brothers are good.
I'm talking about a real concert. How do you feel about Steel Pulse, though? Will you go to Steel Pulse?
I'm not even familiar with them. Who's that?
Like they're legendary, like British reggae music. They're pop.
You want to go? I do.
They're like really, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not into your weird.
I like it. Yeah, it's gonna be worth it. They're worth seeing.
Well, if you would want to see them, I'd like to see you happy, so that'd be fun.
Oh, you're gonna see me happy.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, they're playing like a week.
If it excites you, then
so
let's do
I'm
it.
like, this is a lot. I don't want to be going like 1 week after the other. What?
I said if it excites you, we should do it.
Yeah, I don't know that it excites me. It's just
would be cool.
It would be cool to say I saw them.
Okay, well then maybe.
That's kind of, especially with like older like groups like that. It's like, oh.
I think you're just pretending to not like bands like Boston and Chicago, but if you were there, you'd really like it. Because
I would, if I were there, I would enjoy myself as I do everywhere I go.
I would be digging it, so.
Yeah, and I would be happy to be happy with you.
I might even have a glass of wine or two.
Ask him what. Jamie's favorite was your favorite song, Total Eclipse of the Heart, Jamie.
I don't really like that song. It's all right. I mean, it's a hit, but I'm just doesn't. Total Eclipse of the Heart. Who played that one again?
That is Bonnie Tyler. I don't know who she sings.
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, that's it. I recognize it as a hit song, a good song, I guess, but I'm not. I don't.
I know I've done it with Wildheart at his channel.
Which one did you sing for me again? I forget. That was good. Pat Benatar.
Oh, was it We Belong or something?
I love We Belong, but
I don't think it was
sang Love is a Battlefield.
Is that what I sang?
Yeah, and you dedicated it to me.
I think both of y'all would find some common ground at an Infant Annihilator concert. What a name.
I think I've heard of that.
Yeah, I'm holding out for a hero to the end of
That's
the
a good song. That was like the theme song of what was it? Short Circuit. I love that.
Love is a cotton field.
Love is a cotton field.
Amen.
Dude, everybody likes We Belong by Pat Benatar. That some people just pretend that they don't.
What did I sing, Tarbaby? Do you remember?
Yeah, she did sing it. She dedicated it to me, not you. Sorry about that.
Oh, dang, Jamie, dang, don't talk to him like that.
Well, I got his name. I got to change that. I got to put my name up there. People are getting confused. Is that Jamie's Tar Baby Yoda? Let's see.
It was funny though when you came in. I thought I saw Lil Shyster. I was like, oh, it's Jamie. You're the only person I've ever heard call him a shyster. What up, though, Claude Balls? How's it going?
Guys, get in here. Come in. People join. We want to talk to other people.
Hell is for children. That's a tough one.
If I was gonna have a metal band, I would name it Fetus the Fetus.
Infant Annihilator. What kind of music do they make?
Probably like death metal.
I don't know about going to one of their concerts though, because I feel like the crowd would be really tough.
It's probably a bunch of fat guys at this point. Dad bods.
I was talking about Mr. Mouth like that. That's dark. That's really dark.
It is dark. It's a horrible thing, but it's like that sort of idea. It's horrible.
They're vegan? Oh, hell no.
They're probably straight edge too.
Jamie knows how I feel about veganism.
Stainless steel.
He knows about my weird obsession with certain internet vegans too.
Yeah, most metal people have like these awful names. Like, do you remember Gore?
Oh yeah, of course.
We should play a clip of their stage performance. It's just outrageous. But they're like really nice. They're like really nice and friendly, and so that was quite a thing. Like,
yeah, they played here recently. I think when
did they? They still do? Wow.
My friend was with me or something. It was like the night before we could have gone and we didn't know, and we're like, oh my god, we could have seen Gore.
That'd be interesting.
That would have been so fun.
Gore is awful. Yeah, their music sucks. I'm not into metal.
Yeah, me either.
Not melodic enough. I'm a sucker for like poppy stuff.
I mean, I'm into it for what it is, but I don't know. I mean, some of it's interesting.
You're more punk than me.
Well, and also I don't know. I like Ozzy Osbourne. He has some pretty interesting like melodic music. So it's not completely devoid of that as a genre, but it's just too heavy for me, you know? Look at me. I don't need to be listening to metal.
She doesn't like my band.
I like your band. That's not true. I like the music that you shared with me from your band. It's good, actually.
I like Judas Priest. Terry doesn't like it though. The dueling guitar solo.
I think, aren't they all dead? No,
hell no.
I do listen to Lil White. I played some Lil White for Jamie recently, actually.
I do not like Pantera, but I can tell that Mr.
I exposed him to Lil White. Doubt me now. Try some Pantera Slaughtered. Oh, that sounds nice. Slaughtered. Lil White.
I didn't.
Okay, here we are. What do y'all think? Much better, huh?
Show them our painting.
Our painting? Do you guys want to see our oil pastel that we did together as a couple for one of our dates?
Oh my god.
Natalie Grant. Okay, that's right there. Okay, does anyone say they want to see it? Tar Baby says he wants to see it. Anybody else? Julieta Venegas. Okay, Pinocchio's helicopter said yeah. Anybody else? Can we get 3 yeahs? Come on, guys. How bad do you want it?
I ruined it.
How bad do y'all want to see our okay, thank you. Shout out to Club Balls. Okay. We talked of doing like a cherry blossom. So this is what
they're blooming around there.
Yeah, they're blooming at this time. Spring. There's all the trees are flowering. It's really beautiful, you know. So we saw a particular number of cherry blossoms, I think, that day. And he took video of me. Actually, if you go to Jamie's channel, there's a lovely video of me, like where he's just like recording me, and there's cherry blossoms around. It's really very pretty. And I'm wearing this pink dress. You guys know the pink dress. I've worn it recently a couple of times. But yeah, this is, who do you think, which side do you think is which?
It should be obvious to me anyway. Which side did I draw?
Yeah, guys, if you haven't heard Lil White, come on. You haven't heard. Jamie's in the dark side. Or Jamie's is the dark side. The side with the outer space. He did that.
That's the dark.
I don't know. Yeah. This side was mine and this was his. So he did this flower and I did these.
They're oil pastels, so I messed it up.
Yeah.
Hers
You
was
didn't
cool.
mess it up. I hadn't worked with pastels in years. I'd been really wanting to. And we were like out and about last weekend. And we passed the art supply store and I was like, oh, why don't we go in here? And JB was lovely. He got me some things. So one of those things was some oil pastels. So I could, you know, pick it up again.
Yeah.
Oh, no, don't say that, Mr. Mad. No, no,
It looks like a butthole. I've never seen one.
no, I can't.
Yeah, it wasn't a very good picture. That's not bad.
I don't want to put it. Should I put the picture back up?
Yeah.
No,
Let's see. I want to look again. Is that
I'm sorry. I can't. Oh, man.
that's a flower, man. It's not a good flower. It's bad. I mean, but it's. I was more interested
To be
in trying.
fair, yours is more realistic than mine. Yours is like more realistic. Mine was more kind of like just trying to get the like.
Well, I was thinking about how we're gonna blend them together, and then I messed up the blending, so because I forgot. How to do
Oh
it.
yeah, that in the middle, kind of like.
I started to do the blue because she was doing
colors
blue, and
maybe.
then I just kind of messed it up. Right. But it was a learning experience.
It was fun doing this together. We should do more things like this.
When people do art, what they forget to do is they don't finish their pictures. You got to just finish it, even if it's crap, and then learn from your mistakes.
Maybe I've seen too much of the internet. Aw. That's okay.
It's all right.
It's okay. You know what? We all are. Like, yeah, we've all been internet fried, I'm sure.
Word. I forgive you, my son.
Terry's side got the feels. You think so?
Yeah, Terry's is like more like what's the word? Non-realism. Mine's just like crappy real, trying to be real, and hers is more like artsy, more like
What do you
abstract.
mean? Both are valid.
It was fun. Our next one will be
Yeah.
quite a bit better, I'm sure.
This is, you know, we just kind of threw ourselves in and, you know.
Yeah, we just went at it after we went out and walked around. And
Yeah.
I want to learn how to do pottery. I was like digging clay, my own clay. It was fun. Loved it. Do my own pottery. I'd like to build my own oven too. Like Ghost, Tar Baby Yoda. I'll be her ghost. Like, oh my darling. We'll be naked doing clay. Pottery. We'll be like, forming the base.
Jamie, we got your back.
Thanks. Thank you. Are you guys
Is
gonna
no one
join?
else
Come in
gonna
here.
come up here?
Come on, Mr. Mad, get in here. Come on, see Sal.
What, Chase? What is this? No. Oh no, Natalie G. Winters.
Is that bad?
Do what she said. We got Jamie's back.
Do
What did I say? I don't
what you
remember
said.
what I said. What did I say?
I don't know. Oh,
Oh no! Yoda's cracking me
I don't know
up.
what that means. All these letters, I don't know what they mean. Come on, guys, join for
He's cracking me up.
Did you pin the link? Yeah,
I
you
did pin the link. Don't accuse me.
I didn't do nothing. I did not do a thing.
I did not.
I did not hit her. I did not. That's BS. It's bullshit. Oh, hi, Mark.
Stop.
Oh, hi, Mark.
I don't think he said. I don't think he said the BS word.
He did.
Did he?
Does he say it? Yeah.
Maybe he did. Now that I'm thinking.
I did not hit. You're tearing me apart, Lisa. That's so bad.
I've got to see the room a few times. Like I told you about it live, how they do the.
Yeah, I saw a clip of people watching it throwing stuff at the screen.
Yeah, throwing. Yeah, they throw spoons at the screen and like go nuts. It's.
You think he'd get knocked for playing that scene? That is like the worst acting ever.
I mean, it's. I've never made a movie, so I don't know that I could do better.
You're tearing me apart, Lisa.
I've never taken any acting classes, so I can't really critique his acting. Well, that isn't true. I probably have taken some acting classes, actually. Now that never mind.
I did acting and church.
Yeah, and I do. I was part of a theater program for a couple of years.
Oh, we should do acting. Let's do what do you call that thing? Like where it's like improv.
Makes improv. You want to do some improv?
Yeah. Right
now?
I did a thing with the pastor's daughter where we were like the main people like narrating a story. It was fun.
Oh,
I was also Abraham Lincoln. I did the Gettysburg Address.
The pastor's daughter?
Yeah. She's still.
What about her?
She's still ain't married either.
Huh?
She still ain't married.
She's not married?
Mm-mm. I'm getting married though. I don't. She's a blonde. I told you I'm into.
Okay.
I'm into Terry's.
Okay.
I only like Terry's. I've never met you. You're the only Terry I know that's a woman. So.
You haven't met any other Terrys?
I
feel like I mostly meet female Terrys.
I knew a man named Terry, but I didn't like him very much. Is he a person?
I know.
Like a couple
I know a
boys.
man named Terry, and I know more women named Terry. I feel like it skews more towards the female, at least in the U.S. I feel like I'm more likely to hear Terry in like other places, like I don't know, doing some theater. Are we going to go on tour? Should we go on tour? Would this be interesting? I don't know. I don't know if we should take this act on tour yet. Let's see how far we can take this channel, Terry. Oh, dang. I like that enthusiasm, the we. It's good for people to take ownership in the chat. Like, you're part of the Terry Strange experience, too.
Little strangers.
I thought about it like, I kind of had this come to mind, but I was like, should I call my chat the Strange Pit?
That'd be cool.
The Strange Pit. You know how like Hake calls the chat the Snake Pit? My chat could be the Strange Pit.
That's good.
What do you all think? This hanging out in the Strange Pit.
Sun's going down.
Do you guys like it?
Strangers.
Okay, CJ votes for it. Cool. Workshop it a bit first. Yeah, we definitely need to workshop the act. Strangeland. Yeah. Stranger Shores. Yoda says kinda. He kinda likes it. CJ likes being called a stranger.
Stranger is probably the best one.
As long as you don't make it your whole life, Terry. I do have obligations. I know.
Yeah, you gotta have my baby.
Dang. Chase says, remember that. I know I've got obligations. Jamie.
She's gonna have my baby. Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Lord willing.
Yeah.
Gigi can sing though. Gigi Allen?
I'm holding you to it. Then I could become a mom influencer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boss babe mom on the internet. Pimping my so-called trad life out.
Looks hard babies being our pre-marriage
I
counselor.
know. What is the least manliest thing about Jamie that he could
You
improve
can
on?
say, I don't
He
care.
wants to know. Because he wants to know.
You can say.
Do you want to know?
Sure.
I have no idea the least manliest that he could improve. Now I have to think of something unmanly about you. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know yet, Yoda. But when I do know, I'll tell Jamie. I'll be like,
When she figures it out, she won't tell you, but she'll tell me.
yeah, when I figure out what it is. Damn, she went there. I know. I don't know. It's such a weird question. Exactly. Keep it between
I'm pretty
you.
goofy. That's probably what.
I think your goofiness is masculine.
I pace around a lot.
Does goofy have a gender, or can like both sexes be equally goofy? Right? Maybe I think it might skew a little bit more to being masculine, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit more, but not quite. Yoda's tick.
I'm trying to think of what I think you might think of. I can't think of what you would
Tell
think
us
of.
the story of what you did to the children on Epstein Island.
Oh.
I have never been to Epstein Island.
We saved them. I pulled up a boat and gathered them in.
Oh, dang, really?
That's what I would do.
Oh.
I would bust them.
But you have, for the record, you have not been to Epstein Island either, have you?
No, but if I had, I would have been there to rescue children.
Yeah, we don't know. We weren't there. We're not that big. Yeah, we're not that big.
I killed Epstein in jail.
Don't say killed. That's
No, I
nice.
didn't kill. I killed, metaphorically speaking. I did imprecatate.
No, Ildk.
Okay. Peace.
We got
it. No, I wanted him to face trial, actually. I would have liked him to face trial, so I would have protected him in prison. And
now he's going to turn the tables. Okay. Look at this. He's turning the tables on us.
Oh, let's see. Still telling the truth, you can do it too. Don't back down. He was leading the Exodus from Epstein on. That's right. Based. What do you like the most about Terry, Jamie? Most?
Oh, this is a minefield question.
Yeah. I'll probably whatever I say, she'll hear not that other.
Like, he doesn't like this other thing.
Yeah.
What is
Her
that?
style, I guess. That's what first attracted me. Her love for other people. That's sincere. Her genuineness of caring about people other people would be rude or mean towards. That was stuck out to me. And then that mixed with us having just what do you call it? Similarities in the right way. That what's the word? I'm looking for a word. Chemistry. And she's hot. She got childbearing hips.
Stop it.
Yeah, that. She's the quintessential specimen of regal femininity, I think.
Thank you. You don't have to say that out loud to everyone.
She strikes me as the quintessential specimen of regal femininity, which is what a man wants. That's what a man wants. They want a queen.
Oh, dang.
Because like I was trying to figure out how to express how I think of Terry, and that's what I came up with.
Thank you. Yeah, Gregachon was so funny last night. He left that comment on your video that he was talking about it in his stream. He was saying that he could never be with a girl like me that dresses like I do, because he would feel like underdressed and like he didn't like look right with her. Because I'm like, okay, so you wouldn't dress better to look good with your chick.
Oh, he's asking what that means. It means she's like the archetype, like the specific. Like to me, Terry's the example of what it looks like to have the qualities of what a woman should have. Look up the word regalia or regal. Femininity would be like what a woman is supposed to be like with feminine quality. And to me, she strikes me as the kind of prototype of what it, like my Eve sort of thing.
Dang, he called me his Eve, guys. Aw.
Yeah, quintessential is like, it's like archetypical, like it's like the example.
The epitome, yeah.
The epitome.
The example. That's a lot to live up to. But if I do, I do.
Well, oh, he says Eve, she deceived her. Well, we're all fallen. Yeah, we're Joseph and Mary. Whoa.
Yeah, I find though that, I just want to say, like, I often see girls with very particular styles, like I see goth girls. Okay, let's just say this, for example, with nerdy guys all the time. Like, I see girls that spend a lot of time on their appearance and dressing up and looking a certain way with guys that are wearing a hoodie and a t-shirt and jeans. It's really common. So I don't know what he's going on about, where he's like worried about the woman is there to make you look good. It's, you don't need to dress up as a man. The woman is your dressing.
Yeah.
When you're like a masculine dude and you're a feminine woman, like, she's doing all that. You don't have to worry about it. Not that you shouldn't dress appropriately for certain occasions. Like, if she's dressed up nicely because you're going to a certain function, then you should as well. But like, if that's just how she is day to day, like, I always see those kind of girls with like really casual nerdy guys. So I don't know. Or like really cool guys like Jamie.
Yeah. Thanks. You guys can come up and bring up a topic if you want.
No, they can't. I'm closing it down.
Are you?
Yeah, it's past 8. I should get myself.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty tired too. I got to work early.
Yeah, we've been working today. It's nice to see you at least.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see each other again soon, I'm sure.
All right, love you.
Jamie, I love you too. Guys, look what he did. And I love you guys as well. I hope you have a good night. I'll see you again another time. We grew. We sure do. Dang, shout out to Natalie Winters in the chat, just shouting down the facts. I haven't been able to respond to everything, but isn't that amazing? I read something about here in Portland how a bunch of money got lost for the homeless programs as well. I mean, who's surprised? I mean, is the homeless situation better? Okay, we keep paying more and more money for it, right? We keep spending more money as taxpayers to fix this problem, you know, but somehow, like, it all seems to be like only all it does is facilitate more homelessness. Am I right? Like, I don't know. Hey, Chase, I'm shutting it down. My cat just came over. Maybe, come on, you want to come up and say hi? You want to come up and say hi? Come here. Come here. Hey. Hey, why don't you come up here and say hi? Why don't you come up here and say hi? You love my dress? Thank you, Samuel. Yeah. Come on, come up here. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on. All right, he doesn't want to come up here, guys, I guess. I don't know. You don't want to come up here? Why not? I agree with you, Mr. Mad. Good point. Good point. All right, guys, I'm going to go to bed. Bye.